Wiser with wine. Wiser with wine. Keeping it real, one pour at a time. This is Wiser with Wine.
Hello all, welcome back to Wiser with Wine. Today we're talking about something that I think we all have to use. Even my dad. Even my mother-in-law. And that's, of course, technology in one way, shape, or another. And you hate it, you love it, but at the end of the day, you're not going to get very far if you don't use it, Lucy, I reckon.
But
I was just saying to you, why don't you just go to the online doctor and sort out your whatever you want?
Because I'm lazy too. I'd rather go face to face.
Face to face. What if you want a Zempic?
Oh, do you know what? I don't think my love for it is that. I'm not there yet. Need.
You're not
I want it, but I don't really need it.
Not that
right
committed.
It's another cost you're going to have to hide from your husband.
I'm going to put another 5 kilos. Yeah, I've got to save that up on the secret account, which I don't have, but I wish I did. Wink, wink.
So today's topic, we're talking about technology disadvantages, advantages. We're going to do some funny stories. We talk about technology in children, adult technology, positive, negative effects and all those type of things. But I just want to tell you a story first about my family. I'm not going to say who did it. I'll just say it's an older member of the family. This person got a new car, right? And this person didn't like the lights flashing on the navigation bar in the car. So they put silver tape on the navigation bar, you know, that silver tape, so that they wouldn't have to deal with it. So they covered it up. Well, you know that silver tape, like masking tape?
Yeah.
True story.
Now I'm scared that it's going to show a warning sign or something and they're not actually going to see that like they're low on fuel.
But no, navigation bar in the middle.
That's a great idea.
Yeah, so they put silver tape on there so they wouldn't have to see it. So that's how much they hated the technology in the car, an older person.
Oh, my God.
And
that
I
is
start
hilarious.
thinking about the fact that I'm a Generation X and we are the best generation, sorry, girls, where internet was introduced in our teenage years.
I think I'm Generation X. What are they?
No, you're Gen Y.
Am I?
And I know Lucy's Gen Y as well.
Okay.
You're in that 7 to 9 year old. But we are lucky enough to have had the best of both worlds where we had to actually write at school.
We still went through that too, Renee.
Yeah.
No, but you had
right.
technology already. No, but we were teenagers when it came in. So we can have a daily planner with a pen and Alex
that,
will
Renee.
screw up her face at me.
No, I did that. I still do
But
that.
no,
I
she's
love it.
saying now.
Yeah,
no,
now.
you do. You're a screw facer. You screw your face, and you give that look when me and her go. Hang on, you still have your like laptops. I've still got a notepad.
Yeah, see, so this is what we're talking about. We're talking about how things have changed over time and different generations, how they've adjusted to technology. And I have to say shout out to my dad because I tell you what, I've learned him how to send a message on his phone.
Yeah, but can I tell you something? Can you stop coming into my house and giving him, I don't know, like a bloody boombox thing? Because you know what she does? She goes, I bought Dad a gift, buys the gift, and then fucking exits through the front door.
Then you've got to
and
install
then he does
it.
this. I hear the shuffles. Takes half an hour for him to shuffle from one end of the house to the other. Just shuffle, do the shuffle, right? He shuffles in, and then he goes like this. In the broken English, he's like, Rennie, buy me this. Not working. Okay, what is it? And it's like, play music. And then like as if I go, you've got the wrong girl, but we'll try. And it's like the blind leading the blind because he has no idea what I'm doing. Then he's asking me and I'm like, can I just sort out what I'm trying to do? And I don't know what I'm doing. And then I've got to get Alan and Alan's got a short fuse because when he sees me and your dad and then I bring him this, he goes, he's already blown a gasket and he goes, I don't have time for this shit. And then it takes months and he's asking. He goes, I asked Rennie and I'm like, don't ask Rennie. But then Rennie, for one of them, came in to actually do it because we couldn't. Alan didn't want to do it, didn't want to deal with it. And then I couldn't do it. It was just like, and then he sits there, especially the phone. She got it. He used to have Nokia. Let me start with this. Nokia, the great old brick phones. Then he bought like 2 or 3 and I don't know what happened. He must have forgotten, smashed it, whatever. Then I think you came in with the new, like, what? It wasn't Samsung. It was what's the Chinese one? I can never say it.
I don't.
Whatever the H one.
Huawei.
Whatever.
That one. Huawei.
She got him, I think, that one. I'm an Apple user. Barely know how to use Apple. I know someone in my family is Samsung. So I was like, what, your Samsung? And I was like, what the hell is this? I couldn't even figure it out. Then he was yelling at me. I was yelling at him. And then all I could think was, fuck Renee. Renee, fuck her. that I think in the first bit we had to, this was years in the making, then I had to go search for Nokias. We couldn't find Nokias. And then someone in the family found Nokia in the city. Some guy was selling it, bought, I think, the last one. And then now they're, I think, completely discontinued now.
Yeah, they're gone.
Can't get them at all. And now do you know how infuriating it is? Because she doesn't live with him. She just buys it and drops and runs. And then he does this. So you can hear it going, ding, 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 ding. I'm like, Branks, your phone. Branks, phone, Branks, phone. And then he does the shuffle because it's a shuffle that's not really a walk, but it's not a run. He misses it and then he goes, what do I do? And then we practice. He goes, you call me. And I go, someone's ringing. You just do this. Swipe. And he does this. And I'm like, no, swipe. And he's like, yeah, stop. I'm like, swipe and stop, not the same. And then trying to show him that. And then he's like, I'm doing it. I'm like, no, swipe. Like, and you get so frustrated that I want to throw him through the wall.
I think we've all had stories trying to explain
So thank you.
technology to
You're
our
welcome.
parents. I've got two things. I know you're bad with technology because your mum comes to me with her technology problems.
Because I can't help her.
And I'm gonna
She
solve
doesn't
all
have the
my
same phone as me. I have no
Neither
idea.
do I.
Yeah, but your Samsung, that other thing is similar.
No, I'm just an Apple. But anyway,
Or whatever you live with doesn't.
one of my
that just
favourite
threw me out.
stories about explaining technology to my parents is when Uber first came out. So about 5 years after Uber came out, I think my parents were like, what is this Uber that everyone is talking about? Oh, I'm like, it's like a taxi, but you order it from your phone and then you like, it arrives to your house and you just go. And they're like, oh, okay, cool. Let's like try and set it up and do it. And they go, okay, well then how do you, so you call an Uber, you tell them where you want to go and they arrive and you get in the car, you go to your destination. They go, well, how do you pay? And I go, well, you put in your credit card details and there's the price, it's pre-agreed and, you know, you can add a tip and do all this. But how do you pay? I go, well, you just arrive and you just get out of the car and you just walk away and it pays automatically. But how do you finish the Uber? How do you stop? I go, no, you get there and you get out of the car, close the door and walk away. But is it done? Do I have to press anything?
Oh
No.
my
Oh, goodness me.
Just the concept.
Are you
But-
serious? Can I just tell you that?
But that was a while ago. Now they're really up to it.
Can I just
but-
say with the Uber thing with old people, my uncle did that. He asked, he didn't understand. I don't know. I couldn't remember taxis. I didn't even know how to order a taxi anymore. I was like, I'll get you an Uber, and I was trying to explain the same thing.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's a taxi, but I've paid. I paid. But how you pay? And I'm like, I've on my phone. I pay on my phone. Pay. Get in the car, and then when you get home, go out the car. So it was like a 15-minute just. It was like, oh my God, and I was drunk too, and I was just like, oh my God, I just want to
Everyone's
bash. I want to
hard
bash
concept
him.
to grasp.
No shit. And so finally we got him in the car, and then he kept saying, like, I don't know how many people explained it to him. Like, it was just like, I wish we just said, my friend's dropping you home. Anyway, he rang me. So he had gotten home, had an argument with the guy because he wanted to give him cash money. I would have just gone, yep, give me $100, right? And then because he didn't have change, he didn't want to give tip. And the guy goes, I don't need a tip. He goes, like, no, this is not tip, this is to pay. So he called me and I had to speak to the Uber driver. And I was like, you're going to give me a shit rating now? I'm like, I'm so sorry.
Oh.
Just get out of the car and
go,
walk away.
I guess he's just a knob. But anyway, like they had nearly an altercation because he was that angry. And I'm like, wouldn't you have just walked away? Then we had to explain it, but over the phone. The guy ended up driving away. And the next time we saw him, he was so angry. So the next time we did see him, he needed to get home. I fucking drove him home.
Well, what I do with my dad is I put him in an Uber. Literally, I order the Uber on my phone, put him in there, and make sure he gets
He's
home.
gotten good.
So I watch him go home. But I don't think we have to still blame older people with Uber mistakes because I don't. I can tell you
you've got Uber mistakes.
Oh, Uber mistakes. A very important person in my life. I'm not going to say who likes to have a few drinks with me or at parties. Basically, has missed the Uber 8 times. That's first what happens. Then put the wrong address in the Uber and driven to that particular address and come back and got out at the wrong place and then got back in, called another Uber to get home. What? This is true. Somebody I know quite dear to me. And I'll ask that person, what were you doing last night and where did you go? Did you have a bit too much to drink? And he'll go, no, I was fine. And then I look at his Uber. He's missed 8 Ubers and he's gone to a wrong address. And then he's got in, because this particular person has lots of houses. And so it's gone to the wrong address and has come home and you're going, oh, you didn't have too much to drink at all last night. Not at all. So it's funny when you can see. I don't think Uber mistakes are just for older people. It happens to
so many
people
stories of that.
who are in my generation, who are very close and dear to my heart. It's always interesting Sunday morning breakfast.
You know what's shit about that though now that you can actually see where you're
Yes.
going.
Yeah, it's on a map.
That's what I'm hating about it.
You can see. So in saying that, I mean, that's our little Uber. But if you look at technology overall, just quickly off the cuff, Lucy, one advantage, one disadvantage do you think of technology?
It's a lot easier.
Technology today, like today.
It makes life easier.
Yep.
But I actually love the old way.
Okay. All
'Cause
right.
I hate technology and I can't keep up and I can't even
Yeah.
do the simplest things.
Alex?
Obsessed with it. Not obsessed. I just
you
I like the automation and just the efficiency of technology when you use it right.
Yeah, and I feel like I've been out of the loop since I had my son because of these 3 years, but now I'm getting back into it and I'm loving it because AI, God bless AI.
Yeah.
The letters and the bullshit you can make up on things is wonderful and it makes everything sound so wonderful. So I do like AI a lot.
Yeah.
I do.
AI at the moment is like more of like a glorified Siri, but they're like I'm using it like that. Like you ask it questions and
Yeah.
it gives you answers.
Yeah.
But it's like there's so many more things that I don't even think we've grasped what it can actually do. So I think it's going to be really interesting to see like the next like few years, especially in the medical field,
Yes.
what AI can do.
Yeah.
So AI, for example, can like detect breast cancer like 5 years before a doctor can.
I think I saw this on the
Yeah,
news
it's like
recently.
something. Don't get me wrong, I might have
yeah,
got the
yeah.
numbers wrong, but like, yeah, they gave AI a certain set of scans of all these people,
Yeah.
and then scanned the people again at different intervals. And obviously, naturally, some of those people got cancer and some didn't.
Yeah.
And the AI had flagged the ones that were going to
That's
get it.
crazy.
Yeah, because it's just they are absorbing so much more information. Imagine like has access to everything in the world.
Yeah.
It can scan clinical data and read papers and like kind of succinct it all down. You
think
still
in that
need a
sense it's
doctor.
good.
You still need a doctor to like then review it
Yeah.
and like thing. But it can help like just say you came up with you got this new disease and you ask AI, it can like pull in information from around the world that another doctor like might not have access to. Because
I think
it's really
in that
interesting.
sense, like you said, it's amazing.
There's going to be some really awesome like changes in the future, I think, with AI.
Yeah.
And then lots of scary things.
I think you're in the wrong. You should have done that.
Me?
Yeah, you should
No.
have been in, technology.
No. You know what? I used to want to be a video game designer.
Well, there you
Really?
go.
Yeah, I used to want to do video games just so I could.
Did you like to play video games?
Yes.
Oh my God, that's why you and my brother get along so well.
Okay. So I'm just thinking about being parents and technology and children. So if we could want to delve into that a little
Yeah.
bit and have a look. And this is, as listeners know, I do research on stuff, and
I don't think they noticed that.
well, AI does it for me. And there's no doubt. I think we've got to a stage with our. I mean, I know I do it with my son, automatic babysitter, and I was actually curious to find out how much screen time a child under 5 should have, including TV. Well, this includes anything: TV, mobile, iPad, and the recommended amount, would you believe, is just an hour a day. They reckon any more than an hour a day, you're actually doing damage to your child's, development. And we know, well, that's just research. And before research, I knew, I studied this at uni, that screen time can actually affect the diversity of colour of a child's eye. So how many colours they can actually distinguish if they have too much screen time lessens, which
I'm wearing glasses because I used to sit too close to the computer screen.
Okay, so they,
So-
yep.
And then I noticed I couldn't see the a bit fuzzy, the blackboard at school. And then I realized it was the computer. So then I sat back from the computer and my eyesight stayed the same now. So every time I go to get an optometrist, they're like, "Oh, should be getting worse," or should be thinking. I've had the same script since I was 16.
Wow.
So I know it's directly related to me sitting too close to the computer.
I wonder if I can
Corrected
blame
it, and it's never changed.
Blame what on
My
what?
eyesight's never changed, but I'm blind. I can't see probably that far. You're blurry.
Well, have you gone to get
Makes you
checked?
short-sighted.
Have you gone to?
That's why you can't drive, Lucy.
No, actually, you know what happened this morning? Because it was raining.
Honestly.
No, I drove Alan to work and I forgot to get my glasses. We're just in a rush. And then I was like freaking the whole way he's driving to work. And I was like, fuck, I can't, oh my God. And then I started getting anxiety. Then my asthma started going. I was like,
Oh,
oh my
no.
God. And when I was driving, I'm like, thank God I'm in the electric car. But I was just like, that was the only one good thing about technology. I will say, sorry, I lie. It helped me because then I was kind of looking at the screen, you know how it kind of detects the cars are there. 'Cause I literally couldn't see. I knew it was red was coming out, and then I was going the back streets and I was
We might have
driving in
to
the middle
edit
of the
that
road.
story out. You just admitted
No,
to doing
actually, I
something
didn't know. I
so
just realised I'm
illegal.
driving. No, shut up. I didn't know. I was home. It was fine. I could see. I can see. It just is blurry, and it's not far from home. It was 5 minutes.
Is it on your driver's license that you need
No,
a...
I've got visual aid. It says.
Yeah.
I always wear contacts.
Ah,
How do you not know if I have? Oh, well, if you ask
I've
me
never
to
seen
walk.
you with glasses.
Yeah, have you got contacts now?
I always wear contacts.
Oh, okay. See, I do, yeah.
Even when it made me look stoned.
I used to
and
wear
red.
contacts at work, and then now, because of the whole mum life, I just wear glasses. It's just so much
See,
more
I can't
practical.
stand them on my face.
Yeah. Just get used to it.
I'm used to. I need it because I'm blind as a bat. That happened because.
No, I just want to blame it on that then because I was
I'm
close,
just
too close to TV.
No.
It's just not. It runs in the family. Anyway.
Kids and screens.
Kids and screens. Also, interpersonal skills, and we know this, the woke generation. The interpersonal skills of elder children and teenagers has gone down the toilet, if I can say that, and they have no eye contact and they don't know how to carry a conversation. I suppose I shouldn't say I just don't feel like that they have the confidence to.
So many factors.
There's so much. There is
You
So
can't
just
pinpoint.
say things because we all know there's so many factors.
There's so many things that, simple customer service, look me in the eye, ask me, hello, how are you? Shaking hands, we're European, we give kisses and hugs. These things seem to have really gone out the window. And I know how I was raised and probably how you were raised as well with European parents. Anyone that walked into the room, you say hello, we say goodnight, you go outside, see the car drive off. All those things do not seem to be happening with this particular generation of kids. And we can blame it on technology because they seem to invest much of their time in screen time and having those, Facebook friends or Instagram friends or Snapchat, so to speak. And they
Snapchat, babe.
Okay, Snapchat at the moment, forgive me.
I just found that out.
And so it's just like, I don't know, that warmth has gone. And they also say lack of creativity and not knowing of general knowledge.
Well, AI is doing it all for you.
Yeah,
So why would you think?
I would agree with that
My
too.
car can drive itself.
And that's
why would I?
interesting. Like, I just wanted to say on that as well because, like, I think people lose the point of education. So education is not to like memorize how many, the capital cities of every place in the world. Whilst it's nice to know that and knows to think, education should be. And Jack Ma, who owns Alibaba, says this, and he got like basically, so he basically got like killed / hidden in China for saying these things. But school and education should be about teaching kids to think critically and analytically and read. You hear something, okay, cool. Is that right? Is it wrong? What's the evidence? What's this? Like education should be about building those foundations and not just memorizing stuff. So AI, I think, is like could be a great tool the same way that when we used to go from hardback, like hard paper encyclopedias in your study at home to you could put the disc in the computer and you could search for something.
Yes.
As opposed to having to go back to the book.
Yes.
This is like just another iteration and moving forward of that. You can find anything you ever want online now, but it's just about how to read and interpret and understand the knowledge is what's really important.
And I go back to a university lecture that I had. She was excellent. She had a PhD in European studies and history, and she said to me at uni, education at university is based on rhetoric. So everything that's written down, you memorize that and you regurgitate it back out. That's what university is about. But what you're talking about, critical thinking, happens at an earlier age because by the time you're at uni, you can do that. But I think that's the critical thinking is what we're missing at the moment. The explosion of social media, the explosion of AI, I don't think there's been a generation that's been more affected by technology than I think Maxim's age. I think the
13,
14, 15, 16-year-olds now. And that's why we're having so many social anxiety problems with kids because they don't have the resilience to deal with real life, if I can say that. Blanket
And it's not
statement.
just technology. From my research from the podcast before, Erica Commissar would also say it's because they're going to daycare or they have they're a single family, or they may not have been growing up with a family support. There's so many factors.
so many
diet, vaccines.
So much.
Doing vaccine.
I know, but there's so much.
So
if
many
you think about
factors.
it,
It's impossible to know. There's not one thing. Everything.
The last 25 years, I think all of that has, and we're just integrating it into technology. So, and we can see that. Shall we look at positive effects of technology on kids, because we keep talking about negative stuff? It says here, I don't know if this is great. They can interact with relatives overseas now with the video chat. So we can
That's
so
awesome.
we can call,
That helped with that was awesome.
That was great during COVID.
So we can call our nonna, baba, dida, what, ya, whatever, and you can talk to them video cam, and that was exceptionally helpful throughout COVID.
I do it now. Sometimes when I'm just like at home and I've had the kids and we're all having a moment, I just text my mum going, "Can we just video chat?"
Yes.
And I just put the iPad there, and then the kids go like, "What did you do today?" Like,
that's really cool.
It's just, and again, FIFO parents, we can like voice chat with Christo every night with the kids when he's away. So I think that's really helpful.
I used to remember my dad was FIFO, and we'd had the old-fashioned phone, like that red one at the back there, and I'd get on the phone to him, and you'd have to talk to him, right? And I had nothing to say.
And it's like, what are you doing? Nothing. How's school? Good.
And that was the same conversation every
then you're
second.
like,
So true. Yeah, it's a bit different now. Parents and caregivers, apparently, we learn to slow down with the use of technology. So now we understand technology can overload the kids' senses. So we're now looking for programs online where children's senses don't have to feel so overloaded.
Do you mean like so for example, like the show Coco Melon?
Yes.
It's like scientifically proven that every like 2.79 seconds it switches to something else.
Yes,
To
so
versus a show that's like a
Yes.
bit more mellow.
So,
Is that what you mean?
We've got the choice now to control our kids through
crazy.
their technology.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They literally like looked at all the scientific papers and said, how do we
See,
make
I'm not
crack for
into
babies?
technology, so I don't know.
Rather than, it says here, I'm going to read this out, rather than trying to eliminate all risk to children when using technology, the goal should be reducing the risk and adapting when problems arise, such as preventing children from accessing devices at specific times of the day. Now, I know before I was mum to my son, I had 3 stepdaughters, and I can tell you hand on heart, they were teenage girls, which was a whole different story. There was no way that I could stop them at nighttime from taking their mobile phones in the room. And I haven't been a teenage mum to my own child yet, stepchildren. Lucy, do you take your device off Maxim at night? Or does he do it on his own?
He's kind of does it on his own. Like, he loves his sleep. When he needs to go to bed, he'll go
Oh,
to bed.
really?
Like, he's very...
I tell you what's helped with
No.
that, I think, is because he's so passionate and involved with soccer. I think that balances his desire to be on the screen.
Don't get me wrong. There are nights apparently he's up to 11 and I find out because, like, he goes to bed. I don't worry about it. Like, I'm not worried about him really because he's actually pretty good.
Okay.
Like, I lose my shit when they go all day. Like, sometimes on school holidays, like, we're just tired from life, and he'll be like the whole day on. Then he goes, I call it the dummy phase, where he's just dumb. It's the dumb idiot phase, and it's just like you're yelling, hello, no, and then you go up to them going, what the fuck are you doing? Like, you just lose it, and it's like, well, I didn't hear you, because they're in that kind of the zone, but they're playing with friends, and it's just that gets me. Even if it's for like half an hour, that gets me. But they all do it. But it's just it's just trying to find balance. He's actually pretty good.
Okay. All right.
He's really good like that. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I know there's some kids that are just constantly on there, but it's a hard thing too because he's 13 or turning 14 this year. He's just got a mobile. So my thing was like, I didn't want him to have one at all till he got to year 10. Like, that was a thing between me and Alan. Like, he wanted to give it to him so we knew where he was because he had his iPad at school, but it's like protected because obviously when you get to high school, most high schools, you'll give your iPad to them and then they put all the programs on there. So his is restricted, so he can't go on social media during school at all on his iPad. But if he had his phone, he could. Do you know what I mean? Because it's not regulated. Whereas I know, like, and I thought wicked. He can have an iPad and we can text, you know, where I need to be if I'm going to pick him up and stuff like that. And then I know when he left, he had to leave the premises for it to kick in so I could text him. And I actually liked that. So I could tag him where he was to see where, like, you know, on the Find My iPhone, whatever it is, and I can see where he is. But I didn't want him with the phone. Like, for me, I'm just like, oh my God, we're just going to go down a massive rabbit hole. But he's been okay. Well, he lost his phone and then we punished him for it after he had it for about a month and a half. I thought, you know what, you're not going to get one. But then he was going to Melbourne. We needed to have contact. So, you know, it's life. Yeah, you try to, it's such a hard one because we've had experiences. Like I said, I'm not very into technology. I have no idea. Like, and, you know, Rocco and him are two different. Like, Rocco's always on his iPad, but he self-regulates with that, which is it a good thing? I don't know. They're all different. He uses that, but that's how he communicates because he's verbal, but he doesn't speak. He actually learns from that more than us. You know, I can sit with him, but he gets more from, I know it sounds really stupid. He's got his shows and he uses phrases and then we use those phrases in, like, I don't know, that helps him. I will say that.
And that's what the next point says, that it helps children to become independent learners.
I think it helps, but depending on the kid and the circumstance. For me, my kid actually talks more because he listens through. So the way he learns better more is through song. We're going to sit there singing all day. Whereas he'll listen to, God, you know, like he'll listen to Wiggles. He'll listen to all those musical, like, or just on this random crap on the, like, kids' YouTube I put him on, and he'll listen to it and he just comes out with words and then we use that in every day. So that's how he learns. And, you know, people can say he shouldn't be on there, but, you know, you don't live my life, so. It's all different.
That's fair.
But then the other one is completely different, the other kid.
Right.
You know, they're very different. Like, I'll have time, like, he can't have it. We ban him. I'm very easy to go, none of that for a month. And I'm quite brutal. Apparently I'm brutal. I am. I'm just so, I don't want them, you know what it is? I don't want them to end up killing people, you know, because I'll tell you, like, as you'll find, like, I know when I think we had the PlayStation, he would have been, oh God, I can't remember now, 4 or 5. I think he was reading, it's maybe 6, or maybe it might have been 6 or 7. And I think it was Roblox we got, and we had no idea. Like, we didn't look, it's not like we looked into it. It's like when we bought the dog, we didn't look research. That was the worst thing ever. Do you know what I mean? Like, we didn't research. So we had, I think, Roblox because his older cousins had it. I think because he got a gift to PlayStation and he got the game and he was playing on it. I didn't understand it. I'm not a game person. I think I remember coming in and, you know, apparently Roblox is like a virtual world and it had, you know, all this text and stuff. And I remember I was reading it and then someone was, so I think he might have been a bit older. He was like, hi, my name is Maxim. And there was this
right.
conversation, but then he obviously couldn't because he wasn't at that age to be able to reply back. And we're reading it like, where do you live? How old are you? Is your mummy and daddy there? And I was like, what the hell is this? So it kind of opened up and that's when we came in with, now we've got access
Rules.
to all his things, that rules, and that goes into older. But it's crazy.
So in
scary.
saying that about technology, there is that dark side to it. And there is a call, and you just mentioned that there was a bit of disagreement or angst between you and your husband, my brother, of when he would actually get a phone. And Erica Commissar has mentioned, or it was mentioned on the Dynamics parents' Instagram, basically that these kids should just have flip phones, which is just, you know,
That's what I had for years.
Yeah,
So
until the age
schools-
of, I think it's about, they're saying 15 or 16
Yeah,
is
I-
well.
there's
I
another guy
had a
that
flip
was saying
phone.
that.
I love Motorola. Oh, that was so cool.
That's what I had on the
Yeah,
desk.
so
Couldn't
cool.
go on anything else.
I know.
They've started rolling that out in schools. So it started out being like really fancy, I think like the most fancy school in England, the one that all the princes and princesses and stuff go to. They rolled it out, saw a massive improvement with anxiety and things in the younger age. And now they've been rolling it out in everywhere. They do it in schools, I know now, from back home, and they're finding massive results. But why not? The phone, like you said before, like it's just to find out like where the kids are, if you need to like coordinate something. I remember checking my phone on my lunch break at school and mum might be like, I'll be 20 minutes late or like blah, 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 blah. It's just like that communication. That's really important.
That's what it should
But
be.
it doesn't you don't need to then go on your Instagram or Snapchat and message the person that's standing next to you and be like, oh, here's a funny reel I saw. Like, you know, so I'm totally pro flip phone. I just wish can you go buy them? I don't know.
I don't know. Look, I think
I probably need it.
if I could have a crystal ball in front of me and think about, we can't keep moving the way we're moving in society with our kids. and I'm not just saying that as a new mum, I just think the problems of technology and social media and everything, the mental stuff that's coming from it, I think there has been a call for people under a certain age not to be on social media.
16, I think it
16,
is.
right?
Yeah. They can lie.
I feel if they've started to do that in England with the flip phones, there may be a movement, let's say in 10 years' time, where this stuff's actually going to be regulated for children under the age of 16. Because there's nothing, and I mean mandated and regulated, because it can't keep going the way it's going. Because there's just too many things that are happening because kids are spending too much time on social media and all those things. So me thinking about the future of the world, I think that will be happening in about 10 years, where kids will only be able to have a flip phone as such.
I think that's a good thing.
I think it's a good thing too
Because it's like
kids should
they
be
banned
kids.
alcohol for kids.
Well,
they banned drugs for kids.
Yeah.
Why can't they ban, like, what benefit do they have?
Yeah.
Exactly. There is, like, surely the cons outweigh the benefits.
Well, so if we start looking at the negative effects, I'm just talking about mental stuff, right? Psychological. So we've got lack of attention, aggressive behaviours, obesity, sleep problems.
Swear to God, we get arthritis from it.
I know. Well, no, they're saying
My thumb's sore.
so they're saying
Kardashian had that problem.
through anthropology, our thumbs are actually going to be like this in about 3,000 years because we do so much texting.
Can I tell you something? You know, when I'm scrolling, like when I'm bored, I start doing the pinkies because my fingers don't get sore.
Fix your
I'm like, it's just muscle.
That means you're scrolling too much.
No, I don't know. I go, oh my God, yeah, I've got to start doing like this.
Do you have the screen time thing on your phone that tells you how
yeah.
much? So once I got into an argument with Christo, he's like, babe, you've been on your phone all day today. I go, yes, you have seen me having a quiet moment to myself, but I said, let's whip out our screen time apps. We're going to have a comparison.
No.
Oh, well,
And I
who
think
won?
that day, I think I was 2 hours on my phone and he did 7.5. And I said, you think that I used 7.5 hours today on
did
your
you
phone
get
and I was 2.5.
How did he?
And you blame me. Thought I was spending. I'm like, babe. Anyway,
That is hilarious.
7.5.
That's a whole working day nearly.
I know, but there is statistics, and I think a lot of people are spending 5, 6, 7, 8. I don't know how many hours on, and not just screen time. Because I used to have a job where it had a screen, so as soon as I woke up at 6:30, I was checking emails, and I finished working at 6:30 at night. Right, so you're on a screen the whole day. I'd be using my phone for that, but the actual amount of time that I was using, like Instagram or like the guilty pleasure part of the screen, was probably like half an hour, an hour.
And, you know, the interesting thing is I've told Liz I'm a school teacher because we had the Resilient Project come down to our school, which I think our producers was involved in, and they said that Facebook, all those social media sites, actually monitor what time you wake up in the morning.
Oh, yeah.
And that's when they start sending ads to you. So they'll actually watch your phone is laying there on the side of the bed, and as you get up, the phone's getting up like this. And when that starts happening, that's when ads come through to buy things because they know when your activity starts.
Yep.
That spun me out because I am now a massive social media user because I'm a podcaster. However, back then, social media to me was just, why would you want to post everything?
Can I ask you guys a question though? When those ads come up, I actually just don't put it down and go. Do you ever buy anything from that? Does it sit in there and go, oh, I've never done
It
that.
just
I've
stews.
never-
That's the whole point of them, though. So
Yeah.
it's just
Really?
it stews.
I don't think I've ever gone, oh, I need that. I'm like,
I've never bought so many 80s T-shirts in my whole life. Yeah.
So
I
it
bought
does then work.
I bought 10 in the last 3 months.
What, from an ad from
From an ad that was there first thing in the morning. Yeah.
I literally will close the screen. If an ad comes up, I hate it.
Yeah.
I flick it
You
off
know,
and then go back in.
Oh, look.
So on that, did you know that China, so with TikTok, we all know
Yes,
TikTok's
yes.
owned by China, TikTok turns off at, I want to say like 10 o'clock at night or something. So it actually kids can't use TikTok at night. It actually turns off. And they've set their algorithms so that the trending reels are things like academic achievements, sporting achievements, like things like that will then motivate kids to expand their horizons in academics and physical and things like that. Whereas ours are like,
So it's a nationwide brainwashing.
yes, nationwide brain.
Oh, wow.
But I still think that's better than watching like Kardashian, doing some dance and then passing it off to someone else, and then you've got like
Well,
Jennifer Lopez doing the dance and passing it off to someone else.
Although I do like the-
that's shit. Like
I like
I'd rather
the
watch a
regurgitating
kid.
music.
I'd rather watch a kid like, I don't know, do a puzzle on something than I don't
So
know.
if China if China can introduce something like that, why can't the rest of the world just do flip phones or something?
Yeah, exactly.
It's not that hard. I mean, there is a solution to the problem, but we just have to work together.
Yeah.
But nobody ever works together these days, but just an idea. But I was just going to say,
Yes.
other things are sleep disturbance and poor sleep quality. All those things affect the child in the classroom. Because, I'd have kids come to my classroom, oh my God, look like how they haven't slept for 5 days. Necking back and Monster and necking back Red Bull and they haven't eaten.
I was going to say, I think a lot of it's to do with breakfast.
But they don't wake up in time for breakfast. So they come because they've been up all night. Then they come to the classroom and, that's why I used to have breakfast in my room. Literally, I used to have muesli bars in my drawers because these kids hadn't eaten and they haven't slept either. You try and teach a child that has not slept and has not eaten, you can forget it. And that's period 1. You've got 5 more periods the rest of the day. That's supposed to be the easy one.
It's supposed to be focused.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
supposed to be up high and then go crash down the other way around.
That's the easy one. So just quick, I'll run through. And it's bullying online is probably the other thing that everybody should be really concerned about.
24/7 reach.
You can't see it. It's hard.
I mean, we've had situations where kids have killed themselves under the age of 15 because of being bullied online in the country and stuff like that. So I think these negative effects, that's what I think it needs to change. That's my call to anyone in the government, not anyone listening. Adult technology, shall we have a look at that? Or do you want to talk a bit more about kids? What else do we think about kids?
Do you know what I will say this? You know what, because you guys aren't there yet. It's really fascinating, especially like with Snapchat, because in schools itself, like obviously friends of mine of girls, especially because, girls going through their emotions and stuff like that. It's amazing how, like, I know one of our schools, they've got like a special chat and there's certain people you've got to be invited to get into this, and then obviously a situation has arisen and one of the girls found themselves ganged up on, so then she was kicked out of this chat, and this chat is just so like you have to be on it, and you're asking your kid like you want, it's like nah, like you got to get invited but I don't care, like it's such a and then it's some people have more important, like there's more importance on that chat, and it really does affect not just school, home life.
Yeah.
Which, there's some girls that, friend of mine's like child couldn't, doesn't know how to self-regulate and this and that. It really is like, it really can bring out other things, not just, being excluded, but, and then they're constantly attacked because there's so many forms now that they can be reached at. Do you know what I mean? Like it's not just in school. It does kind of filter out into your home life and stuff like that.
So when I was at school, when there was not that I ever got bullied, but if a bullying situation happened at school, I'd go home and the bully would be stopped
until we went back in on Monday. It was like bang.
But that you had
So
a break.
true.
That
Yeah.
continue pressure. Yeah, continue pressure even when you're at home. You can see why there's psychological
It's like crazy
stuff
when you
that's
think about it.
Yeah,
It's also important, like if you felt like you were excluded from sitting with the kids at lunch or whatever, at least you knew that when you went home, like you have that break.
Yeah.
But now you're like, I'm still not on the chat.
It's just crazy.
I never thought
like,
of that.
what
The
they're
thought of
really-
those chats just makes my blood curl.
But there is, actually, you say that was really funny. I was at the park the other day and they had just, little guy was just like running around. It was so funny listening. Technology. These two mums were complaining about their kids being on the phone. And one of them was saying, so I don't really know, about technology. She was saying that, I think, was it Apple? So she was saying that she was trying to get, because the child, I think their kid was like 15, 16, apparently they were trying to get parental like controls on it, and they were saying no, you had to basically buy, and like she was going, I got told I had to go buy another device. Like it was just like basically it wasn't that as simple as she thought it would be. It was like she had to go buy another device to be able to get the controls. I didn't really understand it, but it was really interesting to see how hard it is. It's not just that simple. Like we've got measures at home now because my husband's into it. Like we can see everything our kids speaks. Like every couple of months we'll actually revise and go through all these chats and just see, people say it's private. He's young, like an invasion of privacy, but we won't read through, but we'll just go through chat seeing that they're above board, like no one's trying to coax him in anything. If he doesn't know, if we don't know who these
Does
people
he
are.
know that you read the chats?
Yeah, like we're open, we're quite
then
open.
that's fine.
He's got nothing to hide, but it's really, what I find really interesting is like we'll sit down, or my husband and him will sit down and go, who's that? Who's that? If he doesn't know, or if it's a friend of a friend, we get him to delete it.
Oh, very good.
Because we don't know who it is. He doesn't know. It's like, why do you have them? Because usually you'll have it like piggyback, like, I know this person ad. Like, it's all those things now you've got to factor in.
It's a great way to manage it, actually.
Well, I'm sure there's a lot more different ways.
it's a great way to
you've got to
manage
be
it.
on top of it now.
Yeah, well done.
And for someone that's so blasé.
I think it's just about.
I find it hard. I'm like, oh, what now? Do you know what I mean? Like, it's like, and my kids, like my youngest, he can navigate, like, he may not be able to speak, but he can navigate the internet.
I remember you were saying you were deleting apps, but they were just deleting them off your home screen and
so-
not your phone. And he found out how to get
So
them.
I have Snapchat. I don't use it. Like, my kid goes on it and sends stuff from me, and I'm like, it's not me. So I think when Snapchat was first, I got it, but I don't use it. I've got friends, I don't understand it. So I get a message. My cousin calls me and goes, your son's on Snapchat and he's sending photos. So I went on there. I was like, what the fuck? So obviously the filter, he was so fascinated by the filter, but he figured out how to bloody.
Yeah.
So he was doing these videos. So everyone's getting random videos of him going. And then he somehow, I didn't even understand. Apparently, it's got like Instagram, like you do your stories. He posted it like, and I was going, oh, for fuck's sake! I was looking on there; it was all above board. And I was like, no, my luck. He'll do a nudie, and you know what I mean. Like that's all I needed. So I'd get these random texts like from the other side of the world going, I think your son's got your phone. I'm like, and then I deleted the whole thing. He knew how to put it back on. He knows my part. The kid is so switched on. He knows all our passwords. He goes on your phone once. He'll not.
Yeah.
And you'll see with your phone, he's in there and he's smiling, going,
No.
I'm like, you little shits. So there you go. Watch out.
So many stories around technology. But I think I'll take you back to my school days if I can, because I found out from a teacher last night pretty much. I wanted to know what the mobile phone situation was like in schools now, because I haven't been teaching now for how long? Nearly 4 years. I know that for me, mobile phones was the one thing I could not stop. I would say get off your mobile phone at least 60 times a day to the class. I taught at a public school, and, our lovely government then, McGowan, I think, Premier McGowan, rolled out the policy of having no phones in schools. And we
Good
thought,
luck with that.
okay, it was rolled out. Okay, a massive announcement was made on the school holidays, I think term 1. Now, you are at a lower socioeconomic school, and you've got teenagers who have their phone like glued to their hand. And basically, what made me angry is he's rolled out this policy, but not given us any facility for it. We don't know how do we roll this out?
Yeah.
Instead, we don't have lockers at a public school. The kids carry the phone in their bags, and they'd come to the class, and if they got bored, they go on the phone. And I said at that time, why don't we just, grab a demountable and put material pockets in there with the kid's name, give them, like a cloakroom for mobile
just put your
phones.
phones in.
Put your phone in the morning and pick it up in the afternoon. I was met with, that's against personal. It's their personal item. You can't actually do that. I think I spent that 9 months saying get off your phone 60 times a day, every single day.
Did you have a recording and just press play?
I
Save your voice.
I can't explain.
Get off your phone. Give me the fucking phone.
But this is just before COVID. I can't explain the pressure and the stress that was felt by teachers at that time, because how do you take a really expensive item that kid's
Well, you
life?
can't.
You can't. And then, there's nothing you can do. And then
You become sane doing that, because I
you
reckon I'd
don't-
just
you
blow a gasket.
go absolutely nuts, because the lovely government rolls out a policy but nothing to facilitate it. Nothing at all. Like they said that in private schools it was different because they have a locker, and I must say probably kids or students at a private school would listen to the rules. I'm not saying more likely to listen to the rules than the kids in my school. And it was absolute mayhem.
Do you just sit here there listening to her going, can't believe those kids? And I was thinking, never listened.
But no, it's that. But
No, but
you're
I just,
talking
I was
about
just, I,
every
my
disgusting.
thought is like, well, wouldn't you just get detention or in trouble?
Oh, how many can I get at detention for 900 kids at the end of the day?
But then, like,
Where are we going to put them all, Alex? Because they're all on their phones.
but I think it's just come. I don't know.
Yes.
Discipline, like, and then fear from the parents. Like, if I never got a detention. I never got a detention
the
because
parents
then
don't give a
imagine
shit.
if I had to go home and like,
Yeah, this is.
I was like, it's bad parenting.
Well, I won't say that out loud. I'll just say, let's say it's a different circumstance.
Yeah.
Can I just say this? Instead of we can't hit them, but I would have got. What's that thing with the
I know. I thought
just get that.
I
just
thought-
go,
you need like a-
bing,
you
bing.
need like
I
a
thought
rice-
actually doing is
you need
like
like a
getting
rice BB
like
gun.
an internet thing, but they couldn't get internet in the school. Like
Oh,
put a beacon.
yes.
That's a good idea. Get a beacon in the school so
Why
the
do you
kids
do-
can fly.
oh,
There's an idea. Elon Musk put that on the school. That was an idea I had as well.
Because I did that at home when they pissed me off. I'd switch it up and go, it's broken.
And then I
Yeah.
can't tell you how
like a
many,
blocker.
and this is the truth, how many year 10 boys were on Pornhub in the middle of history.
Yeah.
You know, they're walking
Was it
around. they're-
loud?
Of course it was loud. Or they're looking at me sneaking going, I'm going, like, seriously, it was an absolute shit show.
No fucks given. I love it.
And so,
Not for you.
no, but so
See,
basically,
that person would have been expelled from the school
well, that person, well,
if I was like, do you know what I mean? And then they would have been blacklisted. And then,
but yeah, this is a total,
Yeah.
and any teacher,
What would you do when they're doing that? Were you like, oh, what are they doing? What position? Or you like just pretending that you didn't hear it?
I was a poker face and I heard nothing. You can't give
they were
them
also doing
you
it
can't
just to
give them
annoy you.
reaction. You
Yeah,
can't
they do it
because
just to annoy you.
They just do it. So I just used to walk around stone faced and go, okay, well, I'm not going
That's
to.
so not me. I'd be
So-
like, boom, baka, 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 boom.
See, back in the day, if you were a nun and you had one of those sticks,
Oh God, would I use those sticks
you
nicely?
just whack it on the table. See,
Yeah.
maybe we're going to bring that back.
I know, but
Joking.
It's just
No, she's not.
Joking.
I
Maybe.
think
It worked.
Some kids needed it.
And I think the example in the school is example of technology now. Like that's just a small, like a metaphor of how there's this wave of technology. Yes, it's great, but I don't know how great it is for our children developing, into sincere, resilient adults. I don't think that's happening at all.
You know what? You remind me of one of my favourite teachers at school.
Oh,
I just
that's-
remembered. I'm not going to say her name, but she was my history teacher.
Uh.
And she would walk in and like whack the board, like just to get everyone's attention.
Oh no,
She'd walk in and be like, Achtung von Schweinhutz, and be like,
And you're like, what the
today
hell?
is German history.
Yes,
Like, just that kind of theatrical, we'll be like, oh,
But-
just enthralled.
if you're a history teacher, you can be theatrical like that, and you can have so much fun with it, and the kids are actually
X
interested.
equals A
Yeah, that's
plus B
that's
with
your
the
maths
Y. With
teacher. That's your maths.
Try to make that fun.
Good luck.
And the last fact I found out through this is that mobile phones have 60% more bacteria than a toilet seat. I throw that in
You
there.
know what? That does
Yeah.
not surprise me, though.
No, because everyone touches it.
Yeah, disgusting, disgusting. So that's my research. And basically, and then we can say there's also we've mentioned this already, that adolescents have lower self-esteem. I think that's pretty obvious. And they have enhanced
It's just easy to hide behind it.
enhanced anxiety as well. And I was thinking about spatial awareness on roads and paths. Oh my God, Perth, wake up.
Here we go, another one.
But just everyone in general.
No, yesterday I was
Just looking at their
I was at
phones.
Subiaco to go see my lovely plastic surgeon who I hope we can get on board. That's another story. And there's this one street you park and basically you're driving down the street and if that car, it's parallel parking on that side, parallel parking this
In
side.
Subi's defence, it's small roads.
Yeah, it is a small road, but I
or
think
normal roads, as I would call them.
But if you sit in your
like a Perth.
okay, do we have?
Sorry.
Okay, I'm just
Go,
Perth
go.
Your
people,
story.
Do we have a secret language in the cars that if you turn the car on, you anticipate that car to be driving out of the parking spot within a minute? Do you anticipate that?
Well, yes, but I'm in a new car, so I take longer. But
Okay.
yes, that's a general rule of thumb.
So I went to two
be no longer than
spots
30
and I
seconds.
waited a minute at one. I drove past and that person's on their phone.
Yeah.
So did you too?
Oh no!
And then do
I
this?
just looked, and then I went to the next car, which had the lights on, to get out. And another person on their phone. So I don't understand what this thing is. Everyone's sitting in the car to get warming up the car. Then they get on the phone and they get diverted. But we're still looking for a parking
Maybe
spot.
they weren't leaving.
They weren't
That-
leaving,
that's
Lucy.
pissing
No,
me
they're
off.
just
They're
getting
on
a bit
the
of doom
phone.
scroll in.
Oh, it's just so
See,
annoying.
in Sydney, no.
I was going to go,
Sorry.
I bet they get in the car, not even 20 seconds, they're out.
No. It's you communicate when the people are getting in, and
See,
there's someone pulls
you do
over.
the hand
if you
gestures.
if you are looking like you're near your car,
Yeah, you go-
someone will pull over, pull down the windshield, and say, "Are you leaving?" Like that's how much you need. And you communicate and say, "Yeah, 5 minutes," or "Yeah, right now," and then you leave.
That doesn't happen.
Yeah.
I've never seen that happen
So
here.
that's-
I
But
don't
you
know
have
what
to in
reality
Sydney because you have to
are.
like fight for spots.
Parking
you
101.
Never
Yeah.
seen that.
That's
Never done hand
so good.
gestures to. Oh,
Yeah.
I lie. When you're walking and you're going
Yeah,
like
I
to
do
be
that all
helpful,
the
and then
time.
sometimes I'm like, no, fuck off.
Yeah.
I take my time.
I think that's lovely, though. That's very courteous.
Yeah.
See?
But you have to, it's like imagine that you're at a busy restaurant and someone
Yeah.
looks like they're leaving their table. So you go over and go, "Are you guys leaving soon?" Like, so you can grab their table. It's like the similar thing.
A Perth person will say, no, we're just going to sit here longer and make you wait longer.
Yeah.
I think another thing that's really interesting with technology is modern dating.
Oh, yes.
And look, I have.
Did you ever experience online dating?
God no, it's
apps?
too much time in bars. Who needs modern dating when you spend all your time in bars?
I had one brief period because between Christo and my partner before was when the technology all kind of came out. So I think I had like a couple of years on the apps, but I was using them more for like the immediate gratification of meeting people as opposed to like I'm using them to find my soulmate. That being said, some of my friends have met their husbands on social media.
Wow.
Not social media, on Bumble or Tinder or stuff like that. So like it can work, but I think the general consensus now is that it's just ruined dating.
Well, everyone's off it now.
Yeah, you just
Are they really?
you need to go to a bar,
gays.
go to a bar, join a gym, all that kind of stuff, like to meet people.
I just think there were so many psychos because of my school like group of friends. They were going through all divorces. Like we were freaking out. Like it was a particular year. And it was funny listening to their like, divorcees and they're going on bump whatever the hell it's called. And it was so funny, like we'd, catch up and, having a girls catch up and then you see one of them coming out from an Uber and you're like, where have you come from? And like, oh, I'm actually meeting my next date in the next 15 minutes here. And she had gone, I think it was like late it was close to evening. It was like, this was her 5th date. She goes, it's brilliant. Like I just do these 2-hour dates. I've been all over Coogee, like Freo, North Fremantle. It was just so funny. And then you hear the horror stories like,
Oh yeah.
one, this is quite, I won't say it all, but she met one and he was hot. Like he was like, Jamie from like Outlander, like, oh my God, like just, he was just so succulent. He was just I could eat him just and suck on him. But he was beautiful. Anyways, she had been with him for a while and then turned out like he just got so nasty, like to the point like she wanted to go and destroy his profiles on every dating site and then found out that he had like all these profiles and they were all lies and,
Wow.
she was enraged and she did quite funny stuff, which I'm not going to say, but but it just does, I think it does bring out the worst in you. Like I've heard there's some whoppers of stories, like they're brilliant because it's not me and I love listening to it, but yeah, there is some weirdos. And then, the whole thing of the photo was from like 20 years. So they're not but in their defense, and I'm not sticking up for them, it was them. It just wasn't current. And like, my girlfriends hadn't asked if this was a current photo, which really in hindsight was her fault. She didn't ask the correct questions. They're not lying. They're maybe bending. Like it was them 20, 30 years ago. Do you know what I mean? Like when they were hot. You know what I mean? And they, they just weren't, it's not a lie, Renee. It's just, bending of the truth.
Yeah.
I'm so glad that I didn't have to do it though. The modern
same
day.
here.
I'm so glad.
I'd be single.
Oh no, there's no way. And I've met a lot of girls in their early 30s to probably early 40s in the last few years who are on the modern dating, and they're still not. They're not with anyone. They're not with
Does
anybody.
it turn them off?
I mean, I think.
I think it would be.
I actually think it plays with their minds. I really do. I think it plays with their self-esteem. Where you've got I'm not saying you've got people who have got genuine hearts who are looking for someone genuine, and then you've got this world of people online who you could possibly date. How you decipher what's real and what's not real, and unfortunately, it really comes down to luck. I think because
yeah.
Oh,
for sure.
you're
The thing
lucky
is
to
meeting
find
in
someone on.
person.
But and now I would say 80% of those girls aren't involved at all in modern dating, and they're choosing a life on their own because they can't be bothered with the whole modern
But you know
dating
what
scene.
I can't get over though? Like there's all codes. Like what you're saying is
Yes,
fun loving.
yeah,
Apparently
yeah,
that's
I
not the right thing. And if
know.
you want commitment, you don't say it. And I'm like, oh, can't you just say what you feel?
And then
you
there's-
don't get hits. I'm like, oh my
and
God.
then there's a time frame of waiting. You're not supposed to respond straight away because that means you're too desperate or what time or how many. It's just, you're right. There's a whole.
And it's the whole school
etiquette.
thing.
I
Like,
know.
you know, rejection again.
I
Like you were going
know.
for the hot guy. You know what I mean? Like the whole thing. Like it's just.
That's interesting though, because it's also you're increasing your rate of rejection. So like you could be rejected 10 times in one night by by 10
Yeah.
different people. But if you're in a bar with your friends and you see one cute guy and you want to go over and say hi and
crazy.
it doesn't work out, like you just got rejected once.
Yeah.
And then you're there with your friends to like kind of talk through it. Whereas if you're on your phone, you like get rejected like 100 times in like a
That's
week.
what's so funny about it.
Yes,
Yeah.
well, that's what makes technology, faster. Everything happens
And then the whole
faster with it.
chemistry thing, like
It's all
you know,
physical,
from a photo
though.
too. Yeah, exactly.
all
You're looking at a
physical.
photo, and then you get there. Like
No.
if you're in a bar and there was chemistry, like that's what
Yeah.
prompts you to go over or them to come to you.
Yeah.
Whereas a photo, it's just like, well, they're hot.
And then you got the energy there. You got to get all dressed up, and you rock
Yes.
up, and he looks like a rock ape. I mean, it's not fair.
Oh my
Well, it's not fair.
Yeah,
I don't. And then I was in Melbourne recently, and God bless my husband because when we're driving somewhere, I think I told you when we're driving somewhere on a weekend, he refuses to use Google Maps.
He misses the pages.
He needs a UBD.
Yeah.
So we're driving around. We keep driving around, and I look at him. What are you doing? I know where I'm going. I say, can you just look it up?
No.
And it'll be no. You just tell me the main road. I said I don't know what the main road is because I'm not very good with maps or direction, and I travelled my whole life. Don't ask me how I got back to Perth. But in saying that, when I was in Melbourne, I had Google Maps on because we're looking for places. Oh, I don't even get Google Maps. Like it's the way it was like so. I don't understand, and I've come to realise that's my technology downfall because it drives me
I'm
nuts.
the same, Renee.
Google Maps drives me up the wall. I have to say that.
Can I ask you a
But-
question when you've got, especially on the phone, do you do me? It's like I'm reading
I
the
don't
old maps.
know.
I would actually turn like when I used to drive, you know when you're driving and you're flicking and then I used to turn it so it click. I did the same thing with my phone with a fucking Google Map. You know, it's not like the way I need it to, so I actually will move it and the fucking thing keeps moving and I'm just trying to follow it.
You know,
it's
there's like you just tap.
yeah, I didn't know that, all right. That's why I'm saying, do you have this?
I
maybe
always
need to
keep
call
mine
Alex.
northern orientated.
So,
That's how I like to
see
drive. Or you
how-
could do your mode.
Where's north, mate?
See,
Where's north, where's south, where's
I don't
east?
know.
Yeah.
I don't even know what side the sun
I
rises
can't read
on.
a compass. I
whatever.
never could do that shit.
So, but I will say the one thing I love about technology is the shopping online,
Yes.
food-wise, just for food. After becoming a mum and, Matthew being heavy, I'm carrying him, it's really hard to go shopping and that. So I
Best.
like the fact that we get – and I thought the first time I was going to do shopping online that the fruit and veggies would come back, with the wrong dates. That's all great. Like the
Do you know what's
fresh
good?
stuff comes.
If they forget or if they give you or they don't give you the correct ones, they
Yeah.
give you refunds straight away.
I think that's
Yeah,
it's a
fantastic.
wonderful system for
I'm getting a delivery tonight.
new mums. Yeah, so that's great.
I like online shopping because you can evaluate. Say I need to buy something, I can Google it online and check the price at 10 different stores and availability before going there.
And it's easy to return. And I
Yeah.
have anxiety when I go literally now into the shop. I can't actually shop anymore.
I feel like it's better. Whereas my mum would just be like, I need to buy this. I'll just go to that shop. And I'll
I
be
agree
like,
with her.
well, there could have been like a price. I could have like Google it.
I don't ever look at prices. We won't go there.
No, but I get what you're saying.
But
I find it easier
That's
shopping
well,
online.
it's
Yeah,
well
I love it
done.
online.
But I'm the type of person who's supposed to buy like 4 chocolate custards, and I end up buying the whole week's worth. And I do 3 weekly shops. I'm only supposed to do 1, so to speak. So that's what happens. Yes.
Yeah, well, blame it on online.
Well, yeah, online shopping. So that brings me. I had a question for you guys. Generally speaking, about what's latest household item has changed your life of housekeeping or your life at home? Is there anything that
Do you know
you've
what? Milk frother.
Sorry again.
Milk frother. Frother?
Oh, yeah.
That's
A milk
mine.
frother.
Because
Oh.
I don't have a microwave because I don't use it. But since I got my new coffee machine because the other one broke and that had a thingy, I love it.
Okay.
I love it.
I actually wrote down coffee machine too. So I bought Lucy's coffee machine.
The best. It's so easy and quick.
Oh, that the one. Oh, okay.
So it grinds its own beans.
yes.
Gotta have a grinder.
So as a stay-at-home mum, being able to make a really nice cup of coffee for me is like a really nice
With a
moment
milk
of the
frother.
day. And I actually, it's a cafe quality coffee. So instead of, I get to have
Yeah, I
that for
know the
myself every day, as opposed to like the once off, I get to go to a cafe.
Well, it's got its own one, but I actually bought my separate one because I like my separate one.
Right.
Yeah.
Don't worry, in Perth, you'll wait. We've had that coffee waiting conversation before.
She can do it straight away in less than 2 minutes.
Yeah, great.
High five again. Woo!
And then basically, I'll tell you my product that made me go wow. Aesop poo drops.
As long as it's Aesop.
It is Aesop.
Is that how you
Poo
pronounce
drops.
it? Aesop?
So this was
Aesop?
introduced to me from a friend of mine.
Makes my shit smell.
No, but so you go to
When life
you go
gives
and
you
do what you
lemons.
have to do, and when it's just oh my god, gas chamber.
Yeah.
You take 2 drops of it's called no more poo drops. You put 2 drops in the toilet, and the smell disappears.
It should be no more shit. That is amazing.
I'm telling you, go out and get Aesop poo drops. It's amazing.
And she told you to get these.
Oh no, she just suggested it because I've got this thing about my house smelling nice. So
I get
I've
you.
got
And
like
the spray wasn't good enough.
No, she suggested this because it's much better than spray. It's absolutely amazing. That finishes our podcast on technology. I hope you all enjoyed it. We wanted to give you something to reflect about and think about, and it is something that's happening, but I think we have to start thinking outside the box to stop having the problems that we're having.
I have to learn to embrace and love technology.
Yeah.
And so do you.
Yeah, I'm trying my best. So all good? Yeah, happy with that?
Yeah.
See you next time.
Bye.